The outsourcing of American jobs through globalization in the early 1980s triggered a cycle of homelessness in America not seen since the Great Depression.
Because when you're older in the system, it's like you're lost. Don't nobody want you at their placement. You know, if you've had a prior incident of running away or something like that, they don't want you at their placement. If so, they try to put you at lockdown facilities. And it's like I've been incarcerated all my life because all the events that didn't happen to me. It's just like it's all happened so fast and like back to back, back to back, back to back.
When cultural bias about who are the deserving poor versus the undeserving poor forms public policy, biases against people with addictions and prison records further stratify the dysfunction. The fact is that nearly all homeless people have some sort of medical, psychological, or physical disability, and nearly all suffer post-traumatic stress disorders.
Really, the signing of the Hearth Act in 2009 and the start of the work in 2012 gave the coalition a very clear coordinating role administratively.
There is a dynamic relationship between adverse childhood experiences and the quality of life that one is capable of leading. One study, a collaboration between the Centers for Disease Control and Kaiser Permanente, found that most people suffering from a poor quality of life can trace their symptoms, drug addiction, mental illness, and homelessness, back to adverse childhood experiences. They produced a questionnaire that gives the respondents a score from 0 to 10 based on their exposure to adverse child experiences. The higher the score, the higher the risk of negative health and quality of life outcomes.
I was 9, about to be 10, and he was killed. And she threw me in a fireplace, and I remember having burns and stuff. And the people seen us sitting in the car, and they seen that I had burns. She didn't even try to take me to the hospital. And they took me to the hospital, and I remember them taking us to a foster home. But in the foster home, the boys and the girls were split up, and they were abusing my brother, and they were abusing me. I was like
sexually, or
yeah, sexually.
You know, right now, if you get they call whooping and spanking, mine was with stretcher cord, switch that they wrap around it, plants, water hose, whips, whatever mama had in the hand. If you did something wrong, that's what you would get hit with.
So why do you think she used those ways on you?
Because I figured her parents did her like that.
Okay.
And she figured that was the way that her parents brought her up.
Yeah.
So that's what she bring her kids up.
I had to learn everything on my own. Like, my mom gave me away when I was 5 years old. People I didn't even know, but I was happy. Even though it abused me, I was happy. You know? But I've been abused as a young child, and it had a big effect on me. But to this day, I'm a strong person. I can say that honestly.
Judge Mike Schneider of Houston Girls Court explains what compelled him to become involved in changing the way services are disseminated to Houston's homeless.
Because, it's one thing to read about these cases, and certainly the amount of press that's been given to these types of cases has increased hugely over the last 5 years. But a lot of it is just from seeing real live people who are going through this.
Night on my sofa. Fine. So I stayed with her one night. The next morning she's like, well, where do you want to go? I didn't know where to go. I had no driver's license. I had no anything. They'd taken everything from me. I couldn't get back into my own house. Even my safety deposit box, I kept all my papers, I no longer had. So I said, well, I have no other choice. You're gonna just take me to Star Hope. Now, both my neighbors happen to be black, and they're like, do you really want to do this? And I'm like, look, yeah, I do. I really do. I don't know what it means, and I don't know. She says, well, my cousins have tried, and they didn't do well down here. I said, look, all I ask is that we called Star Hope. Of course, they had vacancies, meaning you could sleep on the floor, but you could only bring one little duffel bag with you. You couldn't bring anything else. So I brought my watch, my ring, I had a duffel bag, and I had $300 because I had earned some money over the summer with my neighbor. So I came to Star Hope, and it was noon on a weekday. And they were very sweet. I was very thin. I had stopped eating because I was grieving, and when I grieve, I'm unlike I don't munch. I just stop eating. Mm-hmm. And I went to intake, went through all the paperwork. So I filled it out, sent it in, interviewed with one of the intake workers, and I said, well, what do you think? And she says, well, the only ding against you is you're highly educated, and I just don't know if they'll allow you. And I'm like, well, that's the only thing that this whole experience didn't take from me. It's taken away my dignity. I'm now very grateful and humble for anything, but you can't take my education from me. They allowed me in. I got in, and I got a room, and for 9 months, I was over at the Transitional Living Center over on Ardmore through them, having shared a room with 3 other ladies.
That is scary to me.
I got my own room where I only had to share with one lady. And then again, you had to take their classes, not any Bible stuff, but their classes. I was in school for 3 months with them, where they house you, they feed you, they clothe you, they do everything. You go through all their rules, and once you get out of their class, it's kind of like high school, home ec kind of class, okay? Once you get out, then you go into work faith, and you go be prepared to get a job. Well, right before I graduated, I got a job as an accountant, because that's what I do now. As an accountant, and I started working full time, so I didn't have to go through the last portion of the work faith. When I graduated, they were happy, and then I started paying them rent, rent includes all bills paid and food. Okay. So I could stay there as long as I needed to get myself on my feet. I was able to save $1,000 a month, and within 361 days of standing on their doorstep, I got an apartment in River Rose.
Can you tell me your name, sir?
Dustin Moore.
And I understand this is your first experience with homelessness?
Yeah.
What got you here?
Just trying to get everything together and trying to get my Social Security disability, and I just hadn't been able to do it yet.
So you had some health problems?
Yeah. Got a bad hip.
Huh?
Have a bad hip.
Yeah? Were you? Did you have a job or a career?
Well, I was a welder.
A welder?
Yeah.
How many years did you get to weld?
I worked for a machine shop for about 10 years.
Yeah. How long you been struggling with your health?
About a year.
About a year?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Are you from Houston or?
Born right over here in Little York Hospital.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you thought about what things could be useful for you to help you get on your feet, to be a contributing member of society?
Well, like I said, right now I was told they could help me get my Social Security started, but if you're not in the program over here, you're pretty much without luck.
Okay. So have you tried the Beacon?
I haven't been down there yet.
They're really good. And how? So are you from Houston?
Yeah, born and raised.
So how long have you been struggling with homelessness?
A little less than 2 years. In fact, I recently lost my apartment about a week ago.
Yeah. What was the circumstance for that?
I lacked fun. I just ran out of money, basically.
Just a hard keeping a job, hanging on to a job, or medical problem, or
job? Well, I collect disability, and there was a discrepancy at one point with my monthly payments. They cut them, and they kind of threw everything out of whack. And I really never recovered.
Yeah. Okay.
So right, and the thing is, right now I've kind of came back here to seek solitude,
Okay.
and and just try to stretch out this month until the next month. Maybe my finances will catch up a little bit. I just need a little time, but right now things are kind of tight. A lot of these shelters won't take me in because of past personal differences. But anyway, you know how that goes. It gets me how they kind of make themselves out as good Christians, but where's the what am I trying to say? Where's the love?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the time limiting is always a real difficulty.
True. I was kind of planning that I would be, at least in a shelter and kind of having a little base. And when you're kind of working as a transient, it's tough.
Yeah.
And you just can't. All you can do is just kind of stay upright until something happens, and it will. I believe in chances. I believe in things happen for a reason. So something happens. Just stay positive.
So have you been forced to camp out here in the park?
I make tenured visits here.
Okay.
As far as bedding down, no. I kind of respect the park and what it stands for, and not to mention I really don't want to be associated with this field.
I understand.
Yeah.
volunteering some documentation, updating the news reports. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one of the things the mayor said was that she's reduced the homeless population on the street, but you can't tell that by the number of people that have been coming to feedings. It's increased in the time I've been here, which is over a year now. So, and they do tend to be a lot of ex-military, got a lot of people with mental problems. You know, we empty out our hospitals and we refuse to pay benefits to a lot of military people that we put out on the street. It's a horrible situation. We've become one of the most unequal countries in the world.
And anytime you want to discuss and write a documentary on the residentially challenged, it's a lot nicer word than saying homeless.
Okay. I'm Marilyn Brown. I'm the president and CEO of the Coalition for the Homeless of Houston and Harris County.
I'm Tal Costas, and I'm the president and CEO of Search Homeless Services. Okay. Houston has become much more sophisticated in how we address homelessness. No longer are we just managing the problem, which was what we were doing for, 20 plus years, since the late 80s. And now we're really becoming much more of a system.
What happens now is we partner. Before, each individual agency had to solve all of the issues for each person who presented at their door.
So for many years, Search was also, providing housing. In our building currently, we have 42 single room occupancy apartments. We don't need to be in the landlord, property management business. Our expertise is in working with individuals and helping them to learn how to be a good neighbor, how to be back in the community, how to build community.
So by bringing everybody to the table, determining what our real needs in Houston were based on data.
So today the coalition is in charge of our data system. So we have a web-based data system that can track our clients across the different agencies. There are about 70 different agencies that participate in this data system.
Of what we had, what we needed.
And so they can see kind of our community overall, how many people enter into our network of services.
Ways that people were experiencing homelessness in our geographic jurisdiction.
And who kind of gets caught up in there and who are able to get out quickly on their own or with a little bit of help.
We created a system and began to build those partnerships. And the result is it's working. Amazing, we're so happy. We actually branded it, called it The Way Home, so that everybody kind of works under this same identity of The Way Home. And since January of 2012, when the system transformation started, we have documentation of over 4,300 veterans and their families have been moved from homelessness into housing, and over 3,000 formerly chronically homeless individuals, which is a very specific definition, people who are very vulnerable, but over 3,000 of them in the 4+ years have been moved from the street, because mostly chronic individuals are most of those that are unsheltered most of the time, and they are now successfully living in housing.
I mean, prison is great at preparing you to be in prison. It's not necessarily great. In fact, it's usually not great in teaching you how to be a responsible citizen.
So, what I'm thinking now, I'm thinking that I knew I got a problem. I knew what I need to do. I need to get somebody to help me to do it. And the only way that I can do it is like you got these rehab centers that you go in and you can sign out. if I go in, I want to sign out. I want somebody to sign me in and keep me there at least 6, 7 months so I can feel myself getting better. Oh, pretty good though. Everybody is quiet. Ain't that many people over here. It's usually, we have about maybe 50 people stay over here. Around here. Some guys sleeping over in that park, over there by that building over there. But they can't go over there when they had a baseball game tonight. So they had to wait till the park attendants leave.
So, if you would guess, about how many nights have you slept out during the course of your lifetime?
Over.
So what are you going to be doing tonight?
Camping. I'll be camping out here tonight. I'll be first, hopefully the first one in line. If not the first, I'll be about the third.
Okay.
So I'll spend the night here all night. Even though we can't lay down, we're supposed to lay down till 11 o'clock. So, but we just sit around and just chill.
Okay. If you want to be in the shot, then let me know.
It don't matter to me.
Out like a Lottie's eye. Hello, Ben. You doing all right today? Oh,
Hi. How you doing? Ben
I'm
DeSoto.
Jim. Ben?
Yes. Another Ben.
Ben and my other brother Ben. That's all right. Have you already seen the You're in the process. Good deal. Well, I hope you come up soon.
Yeah, glad to have you. Glad to have you in the house.
He's a good friend.
Good friend.
So do you guys?
You gonna give me your phone number? Yeah. Get the phone? I'm gonna get the same number. Okay. But it's cut off now. So when I get another phone,
just stay in touch with me.
I'm coming back.
All right.
I'll be back to see you out.
Love you, man.
I love you too.
Keep your head up out there, back
You
work.
know, keep on doing. Get your card.
Hey, I went got my ID today.
Okay.
I gotta go on my way.
Now you go down there and get your bus card. Go get your bus card.
I'll do it. I'm gonna come see you.
All right.
All right. Take it easy.
Now Ben has been helping you kind of navigate the way. He's been trailblazing for you, yeah? So it's been helpful having someone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We got some stuff in common. You know what I mean? That he got with me with, and he's helped me out a lot.
Good deal.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
We at the New Hope housing, my new room.
Your new room.
My room, new apartment.
All right. It's your apartment.
Yes. It's mine.
How's it feel?
Excellent. Excellent. I ain't got to worry about being out on the streets or sleeping underneath the bridge or warehouses where I used to. It's mine. I stayed locked up for a while, about a year, 2 years. I I get out, it come back at me for a parole violation. Now, the system just kept me in jail back and forth for parole violation. First time I got 2 years. I did mostly I was there. Second time I get busted again. I get 5 years. Parole violation and other things. And give me 5 years. So I did all that, mostly all that. Now 4 years. But I got through it. I did it all. I'm now on parole. Don't have no more dealings with the law, period.
So altogether, so I think first time you got was like 94 or no 84 or
82.
82. From 82 until you were finally done with them, not counting your parole, but a discharge out of either halfway house or 2005?
2005.
So how many years out of, from like 82 to 2000, let me do the math right here, 92, 2002. So 23 years.
Back and forth in the system.
But how much of those 25 years do you think you spent in jail?
About 15.
15? 2/3 of it?
Yes.
Over half for sure.
Over half for sure.
And then there were county jails and things like that.
County jail. Mostly county jail. I was there, but when you go to the county, first thing they're gonna do is send you back up to, especially if you got parole violation.
So what's making a difference today? We're in your permanent supportive housing first model program that's here. So what's difference about the program that got you here today than some of the other things, or what has led to this?
Well, what led to this is me really asking and begging for help. The people that ask see that you gotta be sincere, and you got to ask them. Hey, say, man, I need help in certain issues.
And what kind of help did they get you?
I went to Image Mall. I got me a counselor, and I went to the AIDS Foundation.
Yeah.
And I got counselor over there. And they said, well, we're gonna put you in a program. We're gonna put you, once you get off in the program, you have to start going to certain meetings, doing certain things, and stand clean soap.
So when you were doing applying, asking for help, how was it dealing with the paperwork? Was it?
Matter of fact, I didn't do paperwork. I had people to help me with paperwork, but it was real quick.
I think the biggest challenge was making copies. Once you get copies, I have a backup set, and because you were on the streets, you're going to the hospital, you would lose your paperwork.
I couldn't. You can't. It's hard to keep good paperwork when you're on the streets because you're steadily moving. You move here, you move there, stuff get wet. Oh yeah, go. Okay, what's here with it? I get some more. But then when you get ready to get it, it's like it's so hard to get it. Yeah. So yeah, I had a backup plan with you.
Okay, that's all right. So, do you have any closing remarks? And then Tori's got a couple of questions, I know for sure.
I'm just grateful I got this place. I'm trying to keep. I ain't gonna try. I'm gonna keep it. You know, things keep on working out for me.
I'm going to go ahead and move around here. I'm going to leave this recording, Tori. Do you have a couple of follow-up questions?
Yes. Yeah, just keep rolling. And do you know what year your grandmother was born?
1903. My aunt.
Your aunt.
We're talking about
the
Mr.
woman
Reed?
that. Well, let me just ask that. The aunt that raised you was born in 1903.
Yeah, 1903.
And then you'd mentioned that your grandmother was born on a slave plantation?
Yeah, her mother was born on a slave plantation.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know what year that was?
No.
You know when she was born? Do you know what year that woman died?
No, I don't.
Did you ever get to meet her when you were a child?
I never did get to meet her. Aunt Sophie, her name was Aunt Sophie. Now, I never did get to, matter of fact, none of my immediate family, like my sister or my cousins, got to meet Mama Sophie. I mean, we had great big old pictures my mama had of her and her husband on the walls in the house.
Those are pictures I took pictures of.
Right.
Yeah, we have some copies of those.
Do you know what plantation she was on?
It was because the walls now, but it was like
the walls unit now?
Yeah, it's Miller's Farm or something like that.
Okay.
In Willis, Texas. We've been out to the family cemetery.
Willis.
I'm just gonna quick call 2:45. So we put in. We got here at 1:30. So you put in more than an hour's worth of parking.
Yeah, I'm good for a little while.
Okay. I'm gonna go let you continue questions, and I'll be back. I just want to check on that. Okay.
And so let's see now. And you were born in Willis?
Yeah, I was born here in Houston.
Here in Houston.
Yes.
And what year was that?
I was born in 1957.
Okay. And the family house that you were born in, is it still around?
Yes, it is. Well, I was born in Fifth Ward, in a house, in an apartment in Fifth Ward, but the house I was raised up in is still around.
Your aunt's house?
Yes.
Is that still in the family?
No.
Okay.
My cousin kind of messed that up while I was locked up. She sold it, and she wasn't supposed to. I gave her a power of attorney to get the house fixed because it had a hole in the roof. And Mama said never sell that big house for the family. The house paid for, the property paid. Only thing we had to do was pay tax.
Somebody got a hold of that while you were in prison?
Yes, my cousin, yes.
And has Ben taken you over there to take photos of that?
Oh yes, we have been over there, so not recently.
Doing.
Well, the exciting news is that we are about to move after 20 years of being in this building here in Midtown to another newly developing area, Edo, to build our new employment services and care hub. We are also building a second House of Tiny Treasures preschool for children who've experienced homelessness, whose families are working to rebuild their lives. Yeah. So we'll be able to triple that capacity and serve a total of 104 children, 2 to 5 year olds, get them ready for school, get them ready for life. And with our new employment services and care hub, that's our new headquarters. It's going to be built to who we are today and strategically what our community and how Surge can best contribute to ending homelessness. There's a storage space, a lot of storage because we get things donated and stuff. But yeah, so that's the main entrance for the clients. There's a large kind of walkway there from the main street of Congress as people come in, and then this is a big lobby for people to wait, and it's going to be a very comfortable kind of hotel type space, so that when they come over here and do check-in, so this is our intake area, we'll have a little room where new clients can come and be informed about homelessness or about services that are available to them. So we made a chapel space.
Okay.
And a food pantry, hygiene packs.
So the goal is to be able to obviously expand the number of people that we see, expand the services, the programs within our agency. I mean, that's really the main thing, is just to expand what we're to be able to meet the demand. We've never been able to meet the demand. We've never had the space or the staff to meet the demand, and so now we have the opportunity to potentially meet that demand.
I have a graphic that I can send you on how people feed into our services. But it talks. We collaborate a lot with the county jail, as you know, for the Jail and Reach project. We also have the contract for the 1115 waiver, which is the supportive housing. And so that feeds into our services. Other agencies that we work with, Search, for example, when our clinic was there, certainly fed people at the Beacon.
We have formal and informal referral. I mean, we have a formal. There's a form that's and then John picks up the call, phone and says, "I have somebody. Can I send them over?" Here.
Okay, so you guys function as a kind of a clinic.
A primary care medical home.
Okay, primary care medical home. Oh, that's wonderful. That's really cool. What's that acronym?
PCMH.
PCMH. Okay.
And that really mirrors what you were talking about earlier, shifting less from that crisis-based care model to the longer-term continuity of care, and trying to improve health and social outcomes through longer-term care. I think last year we served almost 7,000.
Oh,
and
God.
that was through 6,800 and something that our patients served, people served.
And you're citing...
That's all of our programs.
Okay, and then overall you have how many programs? Or active? You have broadly medical and dental. And within that,
we are working with a coalition with permanent supportive housing.
Okay.
And then we have the Jail and Reach.
Okay.
And underneath that, another program, Healthy and Whole, which is a prostitution recovery project.
Okay.
And then we have a transportation. Well, I mean, all of our services are geared in a very unique way to this population. So our clinical model is different than most clinics.
I described it, and I don't know if this is appropriate, if you guys feel comfortable with this, but it's a recognition that case managers effectively are basically life coaches for,
I don't know if it helps, but our entire setup for the medical and dental is based on exactly that, so that behavioral, am I saying that right? That the behavioral therapist can come into the room where the patient's being seen by a doctor.
Okay.
So you'll see when they take you up there. I mean, the whole clinic is designed around this model.
Well, it's my honor and my privilege to introduce our next speaker for the evening, Charlotte Garner. She's an incredibly special person. And those of you who know her know how special she is, and the rest of you are about to find out. Charlotte arrived in Houston with 32 cents in her pocket and the clothes on her back. She came to HHH in 2006, and we are now lucky enough to have her as the chair of our Consumer Advisory Board, which is also known as the Change Committee. The Change Committee helps guide our services and our programming from those who have themselves experienced homelessness. In addition to playing an invaluable role at HHH, she has now completed her associate's degree, is a senior at UH Downtown, and soon to graduate with a bachelor's degree in psychology. She aspires to continue her education and to pursue a PhD. She's a licensed minister, a certified Christian counselor, and I think is amazing, she's our resident poet. She is going to share with you tonight one of her writings. Please welcome to stage Charlotte Garner.
Good evening, everyone. There's a saying that if you want something that you never had, then you have to do something that you never did. Well, I stand before you tonight doing something that I've never done, and that's addressing a crowd of people who have achieved the goal that I'm now working for. So therefore, I'm going to play to my strength, and I'm going to open up with an icebreaker, which is a poem that I wrote. Now, when I wrote this poem, I was inspired to write it, but the title comes at the end. And so it goes like this. There is but one constant transition. Everything must change, evolving, advancing, progressing anew. Change is the one thing that we must do. For if we do not implement this principle and apply it to our lives, you'll wake up one day and see your future's gone, your destiny is history. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. As long as there's life, there is hope. But time is of the essence. Don't hesitate. Good things come to those who wait, but not to those who wait too late. Don't get caught up in the play of youth. Make good use of your early years. Do it now. Don't wait till later, so your latter days will be greater. The idea of change can be overwhelming, and no one can do it alone. Trust the change committee. Our shoulders are broad and strong. Today, you're not heavy. My brother, my sister, will help you to carry on. Join us as we stand ready to help, to guide you through the process step by step. We'll roll up our sleeves. There's work to be done. Look at us. We're living testimonies that the battle can be won. Old or young, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you get a new start. We're here to help you stand the test so that you can be your very best. Change.
So how's it feel to know that you were in the same system that your mom was in?
It felt funny. It felt funny because I was like, my mom been to the same jail that I've been to. Was it the exact same building or the same system? It was the same system because she went to the Texas Youth Commission, and I asked her, and we were actually at the same exact facility.
No, what's the name?
Brownwood, Texas.
Brownwood. She went down to Brownwood too?
The Texas Youth Commission.
Okay.
And it was some older staff that was real old that was there, and they had been there for years, since like when my mom was young or whatever, and they had knew her. And it was like 3 of them that had knew her, and they was like, Judy Pruitt's your mom? And that kind of got me a little credit, but not much, because she was a bad actor, I heard. So place
is different friends and
yeah, well, people that I thought was my friends, because I would, I get food stamps. I would fill their house up with food. They'll eat my food and then lock me out. Just different stuff. Or, if I would go hit licks and stuff, because I wouldn't call myself a prostitute, but I have done stuff to get money, because what else am I supposed to do? And it's like, no. I'm not saying every man is like that, but these men nowadays, they don't want to help you just because it all comes down to you have something that they want, even with women. So it's hard when you don't have money and you can't, you don't have money. Like my son, he had to try to, it was hard for me to take a shower and then have her to sit in a chair and not, I'm trying to bathe my body and hold her at the same time. It was bad. It was a bad experience for me at the shelter. I fell asleep. My daughter was way across the room. And it's like a whole bunch, it's a big old area with nothing but, mats that are on the floor. They don't wipe those mats down or anything. They wash the covers, but they don't wipe the mats down after people slept on them or anything. It was just somewhere I couldn't see my little child being,
So
I just started going from house to house after that. After I left the shelter, I was like, I can't do it. And then if you don't have anywhere to go during the daytime, you have to find somewhere to go. You can't just sit in the shelter. So if it's raining outside, I have to take my kids out in the rain and find somewhere to go. And a lot of public places, they don't want you to just sit in their business because they're like, hey, you're not buying anything. You're not, so it's hard. It's hard. So I just was like, I'm going to try to stay from place to place. So that's what I did. I went to California and I started going from place to place.
It's different friends and
yeah, well, people that I thought was my friends, because I would, I get food stamps. I would fill their house up with food. They'll eat my food and then lock me out. Just different stuff where, if I would go hit licks and stuff, because I would call myself a prostitute. But I have them stuff to get money because what else am I supposed to do? And it's like, no, I'm not saying every man is like that, but these men nowadays, they don't want to help you just because it all comes down to you have something that they want.
And tell us what happened when you were 18. That's a very specific story, though.
I was released from the Texas Youth Commission. I was in CPS, and usually CPS is supposed to have funds set up for you for college. Nobody never told me who was my caseworker, nothing. So basically they just released me to the streets. They put me at one of my aunt's house, and she knew that I was gonna get something. I think we all do the same thing because we don't have, we're not making it seem like we can't get jobs or anything, but like I have a background and I have stuff on my background, and when people look at my background, they be like, oh, I can't hire her here, or I filled out so many applications and nobody wants to hire me. So it's not like I'm not putting an effort towards, but if you don't have money, what else you're supposed to do? If I go steal it, they're gonna call me a thief. If I go ask somebody for it, they're gonna say I'm roaching or I'm begging. You know what I'm saying? So either way it go, it feel like we're gonna be wrong. So why not go in the room, have sex with this man for however many minutes or whatever, and come out of there and we have money in our pocket to do whatever we have to do. That's how I look at it. I don't think as is we're not doing it because we enjoy doing it. Some people do it because they enjoy doing it, but we're doing it because we're trying to keep everything together. We're trying to keep ourselves together. We're trying to keep ourselves sane. Because when you don't have no money, money is the rule of all evil. Because without money, I think we all do the same thing because we don't have, we're not making it seem like we can't get jobs or anything, but like I have a background and I have stuff on my background, and when people look at my background, they be like, oh, I can't hire her here. Or, I filled out so many applications and nobody wants to hire me. So it's not like I'm not putting an effort towards, but if you don't have money, what else you're supposed to do? If I go steal it, they're going to call me a thief. If I go ask somebody for it, they're going to say I'm roaching or I'm begging. You know what I'm saying? So either way it go, it feel like we're going to be wrong. So why not go in the room, have sex with this man for however many minutes or whatever, and come out of there and we have money in our pocket to do whatever we have to do. That's how I look at it. I don't think as is we're not doing it because we enjoy doing it. Some people do it because they enjoy doing it, but we're doing it because we're trying to keep everything together. We're trying to keep ourselves together. We're trying to keep ourselves sane. Because when you don't have no money, money is the rule of all evil. Because without money, it's like you don't have anything. You can't buy food. You can't put lights. You can't put a roof over your family head. You know, and I just felt like I was just lost in the system, and because I was older, they didn't care. They just called me a problem child or a runaway and just say, here goes the street. This is where you're going to end up anyway. And all the funds that they have, it's like, you don't have anything. You can't buy food. You can't put lights. You can't put a roof over your family head. You know, and I just felt like I was just lost in the system, and because I was older, they didn't care. They just called me a problem child or a runaway and just say, here goes the street. This is where you were going to end up anyway. And all the funds that they have, I think we all do the same thing because we don't have, you know, we're not making it seem like we can't get jobs or anything, but like I have a background and I have stuff on my background, and when people look at my background, they be like, oh, I can't hire her here, or, you know, I filled out so many applications and nobody wants to hire me. So it's not like I'm not putting an effort towards, but if you don't have money, what else you're supposed to do? If I go steal it, they're gonna call me a thief. If I go ask somebody for it, they're gonna say I'm roaching or I'm begging. You know what I'm saying? So either way it go, it feel like we're gonna be wrong. So why not go in the room, have sex with this man for however many minutes or whatever, and come out of there and we have money in our pocket to do whatever we have to do. That's how I look at it. I don't think as is we're not doing it because we enjoy doing it. You know, some people do it because they enjoy doing it, but we're doing it because we're trying to keep everything together. We're trying to keep ourselves together. We're trying to keep ourselves sane. Because when you don't have no money, money is the rule of all evil. Because without money, it's like you don't have anything. You can't buy food. You can't put lights. You can't put a roof over your family head. You know, and I just felt like I was just lost in the system, and because I was older, they didn't care. They just called me a problem child or a runaway and just say, here goes the street. This is where you were going to end up anyway. And all the funds that they have.
They do things different now.
Hmm?
I said they do things different now.
Yeah. The last finger. Ooh. 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 Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. Yay. Yay. You gotta clap. Yay. Yay.
Oh. Trent, come over here. Said it was at 128 or 121. I don't know.
Cause you don't want to fuck with me, homeboy.
Get him away from that candle.
You gotta let me chill my little nephew.
Come back.
He blessed in peace. I may God bless you.
Shut up, nothing's people talk. Oh, they for the camera. All right, go ahead, Johnny. I got I went to elementary and middle school with him, and I went to high school. Everybody know Vic. He was cool. He used to always get on people, but it was funny and everything. It's going for all everybody that's blocking, everybody that's looking like it. Y'all out here and y'all ain't giving it. Y'all should say something. Y'all crying. Like, it should be a sign.
Or like my missing reports.
Yeah.
I had.
And what was the name that you looked under?
My name, Dominique Williams.
Mm-hmm. And how old are you, dear?
17.
17.
Internet not working.
You're really about to turn 18, so.
I know. But in Kansas, they could keep you in the system till you're 22 and a half.
Well, they can keep you down here in Texas.
In foster care, they could keep you till you're 22 and a half. Kansas is different.
That's only for certain kids, unless you got adopted or something like that. But if you in CPS, they try to tell you, oh, you can do independent living, but they don't even offer it to everybody. And if you do independent living, the funds have to be there in order for them to even do it. Kansas might have the funds, but Houston, it's been many a time that I called before I turned 21 and, oh, there's no funds available. There's no funds available. That's all I hear. Well, where are the funds going to come from? What are all these kids that are in CPS? What the hell they're supposed to do once they get out of CPS? Just go to the streets, basically. Be runaway. This is the one I found.
Wasn't it another
Let me
one?
see. It's your picture. What did it say? What did it say?
Go ahead and read it out.
The missing date is Friday, March 7, 2014, from Hutchinson, Kansas. My birthday, October 7th. My race, my sex, my color, and all it says is Dominique may be in company of an adult female. They may travel to Wichita, Kansas, or Houston, or Dallas, Texas. Dominique's tongue is pierced. She has multiple tattoos. Dominique may go by the nickname Gabby. This is an old one, though. It's an old one. I want to find one of the newer ones.
So why are you a runaway?
Because I run away from foster care.
Yeah. And what are you finding in foster care?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Hi, Ben. This is Ronnie. Prince. Say hey, y'all. Hey.
Say hey. Yay.
Yay.
Say
Yay.
Yay.
We're getting ready to have family time, watching a movie, chilling. Yeah, we're watching No Good Deed. He likes that movie. Trying to walk. Hey! Hey, checking in. Hi, Ben. Well, today has been a blessed day because I woke up for my kids and stuff, but I went and filed my taxes and it didn't go through as expected. Today I was served an eviction and now I'm not discouraged, I'm not giving up. It's one thing after another. I feel like I want to do a lot of things, to get out of this situation. I know I have to weigh my cost and benefit, what's going to get me in trouble, what's not going to get me in trouble, what's going to benefit my kids. There's just a lot of stuff going on and trying to keep everybody together as a family. It's just a very hard experience. And say hello to the camera, Susie. She's not feeling good. But, yeah, today, things didn't go as planned. Very discouraged situation. Just waiting, for the next step to where me and my family's gonna go. But doors are open one day. Hopefully one day soon. I cry so much, it's like my well is all dried out. So, I have to put on my game face and, be stable and happy for everybody else, because if I try to deal with all my problems at one time in every situation, I will go crazy. I will admit myself in the mental hospital or something, because it's overwhelming. But, when you want something really bad, you strive for it, and sometimes you have to put on your game face. And as you can see, as you've been talking to me, I've done that, and I've learned how you know, to deal with my situations better. I'm thinking of some goals and stuff that I want to do, you know, to overcome this dilemma in our lives. I just have to pray on some things and see what's our next step. But just wanted to give you up to date. Haven't had much time to record, but hope this is alright for the moment. Bye. What's up, y'all? What's up?
Well, I write poetry, and I actually wrote a poem about my experience with Hurricane Katrina.
Could you share it with us?
Sure.
Hey, this is an award-winning.
I actually am talented with all of this stuff that's good, right?
Yeah.
The name of it is Hell and High Waters. In August 28, 2005, I woke up that morning, glad to be alive. A hurricane coming, man, we gotta ride. Pack some food and shit, get all our stuff. Dog, chill out, but we ain't got time to fuss. Fuck yeah, we expected a little wind, a little rain. Dog, we ain't know it's gonna cause this much pain. People on roofs trying to save their daughters, while the rest of their family was floating in the water. This ain't no time to cry. Dry your eyes. New Orleans is dying, dog. I'm trying to stay alive. Sleeping in the Superdome. Evacuated from our homes. No lights, no water, no food, no phone. We wasn't looting, we was surviving, striving because our people was dying. Supplying strangers with food and clothes. The love was amazing we shared in our home. People we didn't even know was helping us out. Dog, I never knew we had this much love in the South. Katrina came through, blew away everything we knew. We ain't want to leave, they made us go. Cops coming to the door with a cop 4-4. Well, no more Julios, fucking them hoes, buying pounds of weed, crack by the O's. Yeah, we lost a lot, but we gained even more. I lost family, pets, cars, clothes, and friends. Wake up, dumb fuck, the world coming to an end. Do you know how I feel to not know where your brother at? Please don't tell me you feel me, cause you ain't been through that. I thought he was dead, but before the storm hit, they had already fled. Pregnant through Katrina, going in labor during Rita. My child is a miracle, and that's how I'ma treat her. Never let her down. Yeah, I'm about out of shit once that FEMA rolled around. Victim? Who a victim? Man, I survived that shit. All my people was dying while Bush just sit. It wasn't his family. He ain't give a shit. Niggas calling FEMA all times of the night. She saying my case pending, but something ain't right. We need you to send us proof of occupancy. It's New Orleans Exposed, Katrina, the documentary. People keep on asking me if I'm going back there. Why? When the FEMA inspectors leaving due to pollution of the air. The worst that came. Now step up your game. With your FEMA money, you need to make a change. For the better, not the worse. Don't snatch that lady purse just because Katrina proved Louisiana was cursed. The city of lost souls. Yeah, that's true. If you Katrina survivor, my heart goes out to you. Yeah, I know Katrina put us through a lot of crap, but peep this out, we still at the bottom of the map. That's the end of it.